Hey there, if you're new to the channel, you want to learn everything there is to know about living in New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas, you've come to the right place. My name is Matt Eekhoff. I'm a local real estate expert, and I'm here to share everything from the best neighborhoods to the hottest spots around town. Listen, I get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether that be 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to help you move to the beach. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the notifications and updates about everything New Smyrna Beach has to offer and surrounding areas. All right, so today we're going to be covering the top 5 parks in New Smyrna Beach. We're going to be counting backwards from number 5 up to number 1. Please make sure that you stay for number 1 because it probably has the most content and the things that we're going to be covering the most of because it's a lot of area. In fact, it's so big that it's bigger than the Magic Kingdom space. You could take the whole Magic Kingdom park, fit it inside number 1 and still have extra space. So make sure you hang around. We're reviewing our top 5 New Smyrna Beach parks. We're going to talk about a little bit of real estate sprinkled in there about each of the areas. So come join us for top 5 video today.
All right, we are at number 5. We are starting here at Buenaventura Park. It is right on the other side of Buena Vista Shores. We have a whole video on that if you want to check out Buena Vista Shores and the real estate that's over there. We are right off of the North Causeway Bridge. Right when you come over the bridge, it ends into this park area, and it's in walking distance to local eateries that are right here, coffee, smoothie place, an acai place, just some other little shops and things that are around there. But this is a great park to come. There's little grills that you can do outdoor grilling. There's a fishing pier over here. There's bathrooms, and there's also a full playground equipment for kids, or even I've seen some adult people just come over and some workout stuff over here.
All right, so we're on the fishing pier. There's also another fishing pier that's usually more crowded right here by the North Causeway Bridge. So this is the North Causeway Bridge. We have Buena Vista Shores, which we've done another video on before. Buena Vista Shores right here. This house right there is listed for about $4 million, I think, for 3.9 something million the last time I checked. So some big houses here, some really great redevelopment opportunities over there. We have Quayasisi on the other side of North Causeway Bridge. We have North Beach, so basically from the drawbridge from the North Causeway Beach to the end of the island, we have North Beach. And then we have Central Beach behind us here, which is only 0.9 miles wide and 0.9 miles long. You can see Bushel Island. I mean, this is a centrally located place. So if you are in Quayasisi or Buena Vista Shores or North Beach or Central Beach, this is an easy bike ride, easy golf cart ride. Even if you're on Riverside Drive, because we're only about a mile from Canal Street. Really great location, really great park, great for family, big gatherings and events like that where you can cook out. They have grills out there, nice big size playground, good for fishing, nice separations. It's easy to see why this is number 5 on our top 5 parks in New Smyrna Beach.
All right, we are at number 4, Mary McLeod Bethune Beach Park. We are at the other end of the island, so we're on South Beach. We're off of A1A right here, and there is a tennis court and basketball court across the street that's included within this park area. And we're gonna talk about the parking situation and what is included in the grounds of this park. Parking for Volusia County residents is free if you register your vehicle. So basically anywhere that there is public parking with these signs for Park Volusia, you can park in New Smyrna Beach. So there's some parking lots that are over by North Beach that have this one, obviously. The only 2 that are really pay to enter is the state beach all the way at the end, and then the dog beach all the way at the north side of the island. If you're not registered with Park Volusia, it's $20 to park, and that's on the entire island where there's Park Volusia parking lot. The only other places that are not free, if you're not registered with Park Volusia, is the dog beach all the way at the north end of the beach, Smyrna Dunes, or the Canaveral Shore National Park. You also have to pay to get into that place. Or you can also get annual passes. We have an annual pass for that beach down there, and so you can see more about that when we enter there. But this park in particular is number 4 on our list. It has open space for activities. You can grill out here. There is covered benches and places to eat. It has showers. It also has public restrooms. And then obviously the main attraction is going to be the beach itself. So this is a really nice park if you're looking for a place to have access to a bathroom and showers to shower off afterwards, or if you just want to come out and do like a family picnic style day at the beach. This is a really great place for those things. So the beaches down here in Bethune and through South Beach are no drive beaches. So that's why you're going to see more parking spaces like this. And even if you could drive, the tide is super high, so you couldn't drive down here. But you can actually see North Beach from where we're standing. And then in the other direction, you've got South Beach that goes all the way to Canaveral National Seashore. The majority of the people that visit this park area are going to be locals, people that live here. It's never super crowded down here. So if you're just looking for a space to kind of have a more quiet, relaxed beach day, this is definitely it. So when we have a higher influx of people in town, so like spring break, bike week, we just finished Labor Day, a lot of the locals are going to head more this direction because there's not as many crowds down here and it's not as well-known place to come and hang out. And this is usually the beach side that we're going to utilize during the higher traffic times. And you can see right now, there's hardly anybody out here.
So we're in Bethune Beach, which is part of Beachside South. Beachside South starts at the Publix and goes 8 miles to the south. So the Publix is on, you go over South Causeway Bridge, which turns into 3rd Avenue, which then quickly turns into A1A and South Atlantic Avenue. So it's 8 miles long, not very wide at all, maybe 200, 300 yards at most in some of the areas. But this specifically is Bethune Beach, which the average median home is well over $700,000. Now, in Beachside South, the houses range around $500,000 to $515,000 average. As you can see behind me, we have a lot of redevelopment going on. This is actually, I don't know if you can see the sign or not, but it's a Brent Walters home. Brent Walters is a friend of mine. He does a lot of redevelopment where we do tear downs or vacant lots, and he does rebuilds. So this is what you're going to see a lot of because Bethune Beach is so thin that I actually checked it online that the farthest you are from the beach in Bethune Beach is 150 yards. So a football field and a half is the farthest distance that you're going to be from the ocean or the water in Bethune Beach. So we're a real estate channel. I know we're on number 4 for Mary McLeod Bethune Beach Park, but I got to talk about real estate, and so that's the real estate stats in this area. But it is easy to see why this comes in at number 4 as the top parks in New Smyrna Beach. All right, so Riverside Park, this is number 3 on our top list of top parks in New Smyrna Beach. So this is our only park that's on mainland. Interesting enough, we have Canal Street right behind us. Actually, in fact, I can see my brokerage is right there in the corner. So we have houses around this area. Again, we're a real estate channel, so we got to talk about houses. We have Captain's Quarters, which we've done a video before in. Captain's Quarters, the units start about $300,000, $350,000. And then we have Yacht Club Island right behind Rachel where she's filming over on this side, probably a quarter mile away in a straight line, and the houses go all the way up to $6.5, $7 million. So great location. We're on Riverside Drive, thus the name Riverside Park. We have the Intracoastal behind us. This is a great place. We have the Brandon Center, which has a lot of events, but I want to focus on a couple quick things. This parking lot gets entirely full during the art festival and the car shows and things like that. They have classic car shows. They shut down Canal, but the art festival here is one of the largest in the nation. It happens twice a year, and they will have booths all the way under the South Causeway Bridge, all the way down. This parking lot is filled with food trucks, and then all the way up and down Canal, they'll have the art festival with art booths and things like that. So have a lot of stuff down here. Again, we have the Intracoastal. We can see Bushell Island behind us, fishing pier down here, and then a really nice park as well. Some historical little trademark things, and that's all I can think about, but I wanted to talk about the real estate side of things, so I'm gonna let Rachel take over, and maybe we'll find some more monkey bars for her.
So New Smyrna Beach is one of the oldest towns in America, actually. The only older one would be St. Augustine, and that's only because it was more established, the amount of people living in St. Augustine, for it to become an active community, an active town. They think that Christopher Columbus might have actually landed here first. Just down from the park, you could walk to it from Riverside Park, is a archaeological, what they think is a fort. It's really cool. It's another just little park area, if you will. I wouldn't call it a park like this is, but it's walkable to here, and it's a really cool spot to just stop and check out because it's super old and they're always finding new things over there. Talking about history, this monument behind us was dedicated to the soldiers in the Korean War. There's a lot of little things that are like that around New Smyrna Beach, but this is obviously one of the larger, more prominent statues commemorating also prisoners of war. I read that over there. It's just a really, really interesting town, and there's so many different little spots. We haven't even begun to cover everything that there is to do here, and we honestly don't know everything that is in New Smyrna Beach, but we know a lot because we do live here. But this park is great for families, obviously for fishing. There's every park that we've been to does have some form of like fishing piers, and they're usually all centered around water. This is the only one that's actually on mainland though, and I think Matt told you that. We're right over by the South Causeway Bridge, which is the larger of the two. There's only two bridges that come in and out of New Smyrna Beach side, and this is one of them, and it's huge. It's not a drawbridge because it doesn't need to be, it's so tall. But the views over here are awesome. You can see the marina that's over here, over by Outriggers, which is a restaurant that we like to frequent often because it's seafood and it's on the water. This is the residential side of Bouchelle, so we're on the back side of all of those homes. But this is just a really nice, quaint park. It's got a lot of space for activities. I've seen people biking, skateboarding, and then obviously there's a big jungle gym over here. It's one of those older wood style ones that has been updated, so there's like plastic slides and monkey bars, swings, things like that. So you could definitely stay entertained for the entire family out here. And it's just a really good spot. So this is number 3 on our list of parks that we are seeing today.
All right, so we're at Canaveral National Seashore, which is number 2 on our list of top 5 parks in New Smyrna Beach. This place is really, really cool. I can see, it's easy to see why it's number 2. In fact, Smyrna Dunes is amazing, and because of the plethora of the dog beach and the regular beach, and seeing the lighthouse and seeing so much wildlife, you know, dolphins and manatees and stingrays and tortoises, and all kind of birds that they have down there with the mangroves. It is easy to see why that's number 1. But this is a close second. I think it's closer than 3, 4, or 5 for sure. This is 6 miles long. This actually starts the longest undeveloped area on the east coast of the United States for beach. It's over 40 miles long of undeveloped area, starting from the Canaveral National Park to all the way down to the Space Coast, which is, you know, SpaceX and Canaveral Shores and all that kind of stuff. So plenty of undeveloped area here. There is 5 different areas to park if you're going to the beach. Area number 5 is clothing optional. So if that is your thing, then number 5 you can go and get no tan lines at. So that's a special part of Canaveral Shores. There's also a lot of trails, a lot of walking trails, a lot of biking trails. There's a lot of wildlife out here. This place was established in 1975. I'm going to actually go down a back road and then we'll go over to the beach. It's a non-drivable beach, so that's why there's parking section. But interesting enough, this is the only beach in New Smyrna that you can ride a horse on if you want to. Also, you can bring alcohol on this beach, which you cannot do that on any of their other regular beaches. So a lot of areas here, a lot of picnic areas. The beaches are never crowded. This is definitely a place that the locals come, especially during the busy times like spring break and Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, things like that. This is a beach that locals are going to come to get away from the crowd beaches. So anyway, let's check out Canaveral National Seashore Park. We had no idea. We've been back here a ton. We go to Canaveral Shores pretty often because it's a getaway spot for locals during busy times, as we were talking about before. But this is the Eldora House, and this actually used to be a whole village in this area. It had a post office, it had a fishing stop and a bait shop, and it was a stop along the river here. A lot of tourists and things like that. So it's pretty crazy this all used to be a village. We've never been back here before. We're going down a side road for you guys just to kind of go through some walking trails and stuff like that. And it's a really, really cool place. This house behind me was built in 1904, and it's the only part of the village that they left, but it's a small little museum inside. And I gotta tell you, it's pretty awesome. So I said that Smyrna Dunes was a clear #1 choice for me as far as parks go, but this definitely adds a little extra level to Canaveral Shores. So definitely, if you come to this park, check this place out because it is really, really cool.
All right, we cannot leave park #2 without highlighting the best part, which is the beach. There's tons of things in the National Seashore Park, but the #1 thing to do, obviously, is going to the beach. The beach down here is really different from all the other beach shorelines that we have in New Smyrna Beach because it's got this. The sand is mostly made up of shell, and I don't know if you can see it, big pieces of shells, and then after storms, we end up getting just tons of cool, like bigger shells that you can find out here. A lot of people find also stuff that washes up from cruise ships sometimes, old bottles, just cool things that you can come and hunt for down here. But we can't leave without showing you the beach. The water out here is actually a little different too, and like Matt said earlier, you can drink out on this beach as long as it's not in a glass bottle, and you can horseback ride. Where else can you do that? Where can you in Florida get to go horseback riding on the beach? This is just a really cool spot. It's very, very not busy. It is a not super busy beach, so a lot of local people like to come down here, especially during high season. And it's just a wonderful park to come and enjoy and visit. It's definitely one of the top parks on my list. You guys let us know what you think, and if you know of some better parks in New Smyrna Beach, please let us know in the comments below. All right, so we finally made it to #1 park on our list. It's Smyrna Dunes Park. It has everything, and also this is one of the best places that you can bring your dog. I personally like that. You have walkways, you've got places to ride bikes, you've got areas for water sports, and obviously the beach. It is a paid parking. You can get a pass for this park just like you can for the National Seashore at the other end of the island. We're all the way at the north side of the island at this park. So let's go check out some things and see what we have to see here. Also, let us know which one of the parks was your favorite out of our top 5, and let's go explore Smyrna Dunes. So if you've watched our North Beach video, you have seen New Smyrna Dunes Park before, but since this is our park video, recapping it, and this is easy to see why it's #1. You can see so far out here on a clear day. We can see Ponce Inlet's lighthouse from here. There's tons of walking trails back here. There's wildlife back here. It's a protected preserve area. Nothing's ever going to be built on back here. Tons of wildlife. So this park area is just under 200 acres, which is larger than the Magic Kingdom park. So that kind of puts it in perspective of how large this park is back here. And there's so many photo opportunities. We see people back here doing photo shoots, water sports, biking, trails. Obviously you can bring your dogs back here, which is really cool. So we're just gonna walk around a little bit, showcase some of the best highlighted areas that we like about Dune Park, and then also end up at the beach. That's the coolest part, in my opinion, is that that's where you end up. All right, so we're gonna head over to the fishing pier first. This is one of our first stops in Dunes Park, and this is cool because they do have some signs out here to kind of give you an idea of which way is. There's showers out here, there's restrooms out here, all really good things that you want in a public park. All right, so we're here on the fishing pier, and it's high tide today. You can see Menorca over here. The yacht club is right here. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but then also you can see Ponce Inlet and Disappearing Island. This is a really pretty view out here, and this is just a great spot for fishing. There's a lot of local people that come out here to fish, and then even people who are not local will come out here.
So look, we're at number 1 Smyrna Dunes Park. It's easy to see why this is number one park in New Smyrna Beach to go to. There are so many things that this place has to offer. The boardwalk, which is ADA compliant, by the way, so if you have a wheelchair and you need to push people around, you have the regular sand trails, you have the beautiful dog beach where you can bring your furry friends, like Rachel said. You have beautiful water you're gonna have a different landscape all the time. Let's talk about the real estate side of things though. So we are in North Beach, so we're really close to Menorca. You can't see Menorca behind me right now because the dunes are high, but we have Menorca, we have North Beach, which is the highest elevated area in all of New Smyrna Beach, including mainland, and it's got the highest appreciation value and the highest average price per home, which is last year in 2024 was $1,289,000 average home in North Beach. So this is a great place for people that are in Central Beach and in North Beach. Anybody that's on the North Causeway Bridge, like Buena Vista Shores or Quayasisi, where you could be a golf cart ride or an e-bike ride away to come down here. So it's easy to see why Smyrna Dunes Park is number 1 park in New Smyrna Beach. And if you disagree with me, I want you to tell me why in the comments below, but you got to give me a justification why, because this place has way too many things to offer for you to be able to give me a justifiable number 1 other than Smyrna Beach. All right, thanks for joining us for our tour of the top 5 parks in New Smyrna Beach. So we started at number 5, which was Buenaventura Park. Great playground, great fishing piers, a pretty awesome park. Then we went to McLeod Park, which is on the ocean and has big space to do picnicking, things like that, also in Bethune Beach, which has a higher value of homes. Then we had number 3, Riverside Park, which was our only park that was mainland. Also another big area, big playground, really close to Canal Street, shopping, everything like that you need. Also a big hub when you're doing events on Canal Street, like classic car show or like the art festival. Then we had number 2, which was Canaveral Shore State Park, one of our favorite by far. Huge place, walking trails, biking trails, places to horseback ride, a lot of waterfront on both sides. We toured a museum that I didn't even know was here before. And then we had number 1, which was Smyrna Dunes Park, which is our favorite park. We have the dog beach there, tons of wildlife, great mangrove space, and a lot of walking docks and things like that to go on. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed our tour of our top 5 parks. Also had a little bit of sprinkling in a little bit of real estate knowledge for you in there, because we are a real estate channel. So I'd love to know your opinion, what you thought in the comments below of the top 5 parks, or if you have any questions about any one of them, because these parks are big and they have a lot to cover. So if I didn't cover everything and you have a question about it, or you have a question about the real estate in the area surrounding the park, let me know. Listen, I get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether that be in 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you be my neighbor and move to the beach. Until next time, thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.